Greetings, YouTubers. A very, very good morning to you. It's Big Jim in East London Taxi International. 2003 plate with 287,000 miles and counting on an old London Taxi TX2. And I'd just like to say hello and welcome. I'm glad you decided to join us. It's New Year's Eve, gang. 2019. New Year's Eve. If you're looking at this in 30 years time, I am in the ground now, and you'll look at him and say, oh, I remember that old fart that I used to listen to. But if you're listening to it currently, because you're one of our 100 gang, we've literally just about hit the 100 mark. I think we've got about 98 subscribers at the moment, everyone, which from August time, when we started this, I think we've done quite well. I'm really surprised. I didn't think we'd get anywhere near like what we've done. You're obviously tuning in to find out how Poppy is. Well, I can tell you for a start for Poppy. The whining, you know, I told you about the what noise. I've topped up with oil, but I've not been back under the bonnet just to see if it's leveled out and it needs a little drop more. But there is still that little whine, but it's not as bad as it was. So it might need just topping up. But the weather's been so inclement out there that I don't fancy going out and getting cold. And the reason I don't fancy going out and getting cold, excuse me, I'm up at Whiteways at the moment, drinking a very overpriced cup of tea, which sticks here. That's got nothing to do with what I've just come through. Christmas Eve, gang, I was out on a work stew with a few friends. We had a real good time. We weren't home late, 11:30, something like that. There was a guy sitting on the table opposite me, coughing and spluttering and sneezing without using a tissue. And in the end, it got so bad that I actually went over and said to him, look, can you use a tissue, please? He got a bit indignant, but he pulled, well, his wife gave him some sort of tissue or something, and he sneezed into that. And on Christmas Day, as you remember, I'd done one of these vlogs on Christmas Day. It's when Poppy wouldn't start, and I was giving her a run. We thought it was a charged battery, and it probably turned out it was that main positive lead going from battery to starter motor, because touchful mica, it's been absolutely fine since. Christmas Day I started coughing. Christmas evening I really started to feel rough. Christmas Day I was so bad, Christmas Day evening the temperature was up to 38.4. remember, resting about 37, although I always err on less than that for some reason. My body temperature is always about 36.4. That's the ex-nursie coming out in me. So I knew I was running a bit of a temperature. Anyway, it got worse and worse and worse, and literally I've been confined to barracks. I've been out 3 times since Christmas Eve, and this is the 3rd time, and I've just come out because I'm going stir crazy indoors just to get some air. And the other 2 occasions I've gone out, I needed to go out and get myself my own bit of shopping, because I'm really independent that way. I don't want, people shouldn't have to. I'm not that old that people need to rely, I need people to rely on. So I felt really bad, chesty, cough, it was the flu, gang. But don't worry, you can't catch it through this medium. I think I'm on the mend. I just hope this isn't a dip and I'm in a high and I'm going to go back down again, but I've got a feeling I'm in the mend. But the main thing that's come out of it, apart from a bit of a chesty cough, which can keep you awake at night, is just fatigue. The feeling of just fatigue. You wake up with my head's always like this. I always got ideas, so it might be sort of something to do with Poppy, working on Poppy, doing some work. I need to do that. I need to, and then you get up and it all goes out the window. Everything goes out the bloody window. because you're falling asleep as you're waking up. I can't go, and what I tend to do is, because I'm feeling so sort of off colour, I'm falling asleep in the chair, that you don't want to sort of fall asleep in the chair, so you end up going to bed. So you go to bed about 7:30, and then about 1 o'clock, your body clock goes, hello, time to wake up. And you're like, oh, for God's sake. And, you know, you have this sleepiness sort of from there. So tonight I'm going to try and keep up till a decent time. But I won't be seeing the new year in. This has got to be one of the worst Christmases I think I've ever had. All the invites I've had to go to places, I've not gone. All the people that I've let down, I've had to, because I'm literally, I just didn't have the energy. A, I wouldn't have had the inclination, and B, I wouldn't have had the energy. And it's like tonight, people are saying to me, where are we going tonight? Are we going out partying? Because I am a bit of a party animal. I do like to go out and enjoy myself. I haven't got one foot in the grave yet, although over this past week, the way I felt, gang, I almost felt like I had both feet in the grave, believe me. And I've had to tell everybody that this is going to be wrote off as well. I am not going out doing a new year. I'll end up falling asleep, or I'll come over very bad, and I don't want to put myself back a few days. So it's going to be a no-no for me. Look at me, I'm yawning already, and the time is only 11:45, midday. But I just needed to get out anyway. Anyway, that's the health of me. Running on 3 cylinders, possibly 2. But as Poppy goes, she's absolutely fine. We have got that little bit of a wah, which I will look into the new year when the weather gets better. But there's nothing, untoward. She's going like a train now. She's starting, she's stopping, everything else is fine. So, yeah, Poppy's fine. I'm fine-ish. I'm getting there. I certainly feel better than I did. So, that's basically it, gang. All it needs for me to say to you all now is, whoever, wherever you are, thank you for joining the vlog. Thank you for subscribing, all 100 people that have joined us. We're going to be doing some better things during 2020 when we're out and about doing some, Poppy's out driving. I'm going to take a few videos and get Poppy in the picture as well. And I'm hoping this year as well to go out with the London Vintage Taxi Association on a few of their meets and a few of their places they go to with all the classic cars and that. So I'll move good old Poppy in there, and we'll park up and we'll do a bit of a classic car show thing with her. Although she's not that old, she still is in good condition now, as you know. Well, that's it. All that needs for me to say to you is thank you again for joining this this exclusive group of 100 people. When you go to bed tonight, make a wish, because it's going to be 2020. Who'd have thought? That's 20 years ago. It was the turn of the century. Prince, 1999. And do you remember the Millennium Bug? Do you remember that? When the world was going to close, when everything, the government even produced a task force to help people when everything was all going to shut down. Do you remember that? And what happened? Nothing. I remember it very, very well. And that is 20 years ago. My God. How times change, how times race on. Alright, all, I'm just reminiscing now. So, I just wish you all a very, very happy new year. Wherever you are in this country, United Kingdom, wherever you are in the world, I do hope 2020 brings you continually good health, happiness, and a little bit of wealth. Not too much wealth, because you don't want too much of a good thing. Just enough possibly to keep your old London taxi on the road for another year. How's that sound? I think that's good. Look, from the big fella, Big Jim, London Taxi International, I'm going to see you all in 2020 next year. All right? And I'll be up here and we'll see where we're going from there. Please, if you haven't subscribed, do so by hitting the subscribe button, hitting the bell as well alongside, just down here, and that will give you all notifications every time that I put up one of these vlogs, and then we'll go from there. I will respond to all your everything you say. I will respond. I've got a few in the back mail there of people that have asked me questions. Excuse me. And I've answered them, so I am sort of pretty proactive in coming straight back, because I don't like to be kept waiting myself, so I don't like others to be kept waiting. Okay, gang, I will let you go. Have a very, very happy new year. Big wishes to you, and God willing, my God willing, I will see you all in a year's time next year. All right, gang, thanks a lot. Happy New Year.